Hey FC Wonderkid community, do not forget to like this video and let's get to a like goal of 200 likes and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like these of Chelsea staying or going, the players, with my guy, Pedro. How are you?
Fine, man, thanks. Let's see who stays for the Blues.
And who's gonna go? So let's start in the goalkeeper position. Edouard Mendy, stay or go?
That's a little bit obvious, isn't it?
Stay. Kepa.
Go for sure, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because at the beginning, Kepa came to be a starter, okay? And I don't know his wage by heart, but I reckon it's huge.
Yeah. And
they cannot have that kind of player with that wage on the bench, okay? So I think, and even Kepa, I think even Kepa will want to start somewhere, maybe back in La Liga. I don't know. So yeah, Kepa is definitely gonna go.
I do think he's a happy guy in London. I do think that, and that he's comfortable. So that's why I'm a little bit, I think he should go. I'm totally with you. But I'm gonna say he's gonna stay just one more season maybe, because all these sanctions. I think Chelsea is in a bad place right now, but they can sell him. Very good point, because of needing that money. So I think you're more likely to be right on this one. So let's go with the defense. Thiago Silva.
Thiago Silva is definitely gonna stay. I think he's gonna play one more year. Yeah. And you've seen the likes of players at 38 years old playing really well. We've seen in recent years Pep, Artur Aduriz,
37.
Zlatan, but he's going to be 38 next year.
Okay.
Zlatan Ibrahimovic. I already said Pep, right?
Yes.
More players that are performing almost.
Not too much, but like, yeah, Chiellini.
Chiellini, 39. Bonucci is like 36, 37. I mean, nowadays players just take good care of themselves, and I think they can handle playing until almost 40,
and
late 30s.
And how good do you think Thiago Silva this season was?
I think he was crucial, mainly in the locker room, okay, because he has that experience and that voice, which I think Chelsea lost after Lampard moved.
Azpilicueta's there.
Azpilicueta also has a main part in the crucial part in the locker room, but I think a player like Thiago Silva with his experience just came to help, and he's one more guy to be there and help inside and outside of the pitch.
Completely. And he's very humble, a hard worker. His wife is a very good supporter. I gotta say that. So big up to Thiago Silva. And yeah, I say stay too, because if Chelsea are gonna be fighting for the top 4, because those are the expectations with City and Liverpool playing like this. Thiago Silva being there is great. So Rudiger
is going to leave, already reported by the man himself, Fabrizio Roman. He's going to Real Madrid, right?
Yeah, Real Madrid. The right option.
Great move for him.
The right option.
And for Real Madrid as well.
So Alaba.
To partner with Alaba, yeah.
Rudiger. So the best defense duo in the world?
I mean, if you reckon that Liverpool's or Man City's is not as good as them, but I have doubts.
It will be a pretty good duo, and I want to see Rudiger in a 4 defense system, okay, instead of 3 defenders at the back.
Don't you prefer Van Dijk and Konate?
I give Matip still. I think Matip still is better.
But Konate has been performing well and banging in some goals.
Yeah, but it's those little mistakes that I still see.
Yeah, I know. He still commits some mistakes.
But the potential, I'm like, oh my days, what's gonna happen with Konate and Virgil van Dijk? I love those two. So Rudiger,
let's see what Klopp makes out of him.
Rudiger to go. Azpilicueta.
Stay.
You think he's staying?
Yeah, I think for as long as he can perform, I think he will stay. He's the captain, man. Come on.
I agree, but I think he's gonna go. I think he's gonna go as a free agent, because I think it's been enough. And it's been reported too. I'm not sure, but by him, I don't know if he would want to leave. So yeah, I think it's good to say stay. I think it's not.
Man,
crazy.
He's not a legend, but he's an icon. He's an icon.
He's a legend.
He's an icon for Chelsea.
He's a Chelsea legend.
You think he's a legend?
Azpilicueta?
I don't think he ever performed to the legend type of player.
Hey, Azpilicueta.
But I think he's an icon for his loyalty and for his devotion and dedication to the club.
Azpilicueta came in as a bargain right back, okay, from Marseille, and he cemented himself in that defense, and he managed to play center back for a ton of years, and he always adapted to the managers. And the fact that he's not the biggest guy, and he's a defender and such a big voice.
No, he was really good and very solid, but to the legend level, I don't know.
I'll go with Chelsea legend. Give your thoughts, people, on this Azpilicueta legend at Chelsea.
Don't get me wrong. I said legend for his devotion and dedication to the club, but not for the way he played. I'm not saying he didn't play well, but I just don't think he's a legend type of guy. He's not a John Terry. He's not a Drogba. He's not a Lampard. Okay, no, it's different.
But Azpilicueta did win the Champions League.
Yeah,
too.
But he's in the books. He's in the books for sure.
I'd say he'd be in the same conversation of those.
Okay.
So Christensen, stay or go?
Do you reckon he has a lot of markets to move?
Mm-hmm. I think yeah. I think Barca were on top of
But
him.
I don't think he would be good for Barca. Honestly, I think he's a little bit overrated. I see him, he's a little bit clumsy. I don't know. He's not my favorite player. He's not a bad player, of course. Otherwise, he wouldn't play at Chelsea.
I like him, though.
I don't think Chelsea will receive offers good enough to let him go.
Free agent. He's going to leave as a free agent.
You think so?
Yeah.
He's finishing his contract.
Yeah.
He's on his last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so okay, maybe I'll change my mind.
Christensen.
Okay. Yeah, but for example, if Barca get him as a free agent, it's actually good.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think that's what Laporta was.
Imagine if they had to pay 35 or 30 million for him. No. But as a free agent, why not? You can stay on the bench.
Yeah, totally. So I'd put him on the bench too. So Trevor Chalobah.
I don't see him moving, man.
Yeah. I'd
maybe
stay.
Maybe alone.
No, he's
don't
too
you
good.
think?
He's too good for a loan right now, Chalobah. He plays, and the fact that Rudiger's gonna go, I think that's gonna be a big up on Chalobah. So because Chelsea cannot even sign players at the time being. So of course it will be a huge opportunity for them. It will be similar to 2 or 3 seasons ago when Chelsea had that transfer ban. True. And they just had to take advantage of home silver. True. As Mason Mount rise due to that moment. True.
And Chelsea.
At Lampard.
Maybe if Chelsea didn't have the transfer ban, Mason Mount wouldn't have made it at Chelsea.
Very true. It's always with those decisions, those little decisions that can change it all.
In Portugal we say Deus escreve direito por linhas tortas, which means God writes straight through tilted lines. So maybe some weird story might mean the start of something good. Yeah.
So you said Mason Mount stay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna stay.
So
for sure.
I also think stay. It might be the captain, no?
It depends on Azpilicueta leaving or not. Let's see.
And Reece James too, right? If Reece James
is gonna definitely stay. Man.
So you think he's gonna stay? The Real Madrid speculation.
Man, Reece James has been fired for Chelsea. I think Chelsea's gonna do everything in their power to keep him.
Yeah, but if they can't,
let's see.
But I think he wants to stay too.
And they now more than ever, they will do a huge effort to keep their stars.
True.
Because they cannot even sign a player. So.
But I think they can extend. So they're like just waiting for that takeover.
No, they can extend contracts, but I think they just cannot buy players.
Mad situation. So Kante. Is Kante gonna stay or gonna go?
Honestly,
and do you think Kante is the best CDM in the world? Just so we.
I mean, not at the moment, no.
Okay, I agree.
I think Declan Rice might be one step ahead of him. But right now.
Declan Rice ahead of Kante right now.
Right now, yeah.
Mason Mount loves this video.
Don't underestimate him just because he plays for West Ham, okay?
100?
He has the capability to play for any team in the world.
I go Kante still.
Kante, until 1 or 2 years ago, undisputed best, okay? Now, he's getting old as well. He's like 31.
Yep.
But okay, nowadays that's kind of a young player because players nowadays play until... Oh, I forgot to mention, Giroud plays until he's 36 and he's still performing.
True.
He takes good care of his body, so he can still play very, very well. I don't see Kante declining, but I see other prospects coming up, just like Declan Rice. So that's why I chose Declan.
I'm just going to shout that out, Conor Gallagher. Other prospects coming on loan to Crystal Palace in my team of the season of the Premier League. I know that's
and a big surprise. Nobody saw it coming.
Exactly. So, and Bretson's going to be watching. Bretson has always been a Conor Gallagher fan, and he even once told me I pick him above Mount, and I was like, "What? What you mean?" Yeah, before the season started. So big up to Bretson. So knowing that Conor Gallagher is this good.
That was a bold prediction.
Bold prediction it was. But Olise is my guy, but Conor
Breton
Gallagher.
knows ball, man.
But now, let's go. Jorginho, 30.
Yeah, Jorginho is another candidate to be the captain next year, maybe.
For me, go.
You think he's gonna go?
Go.
Bro, I don't see many players going just because of the transfer ban.
But I do agree. But yeah, I agree. But you think... but Jorginho, though...
He still has a part to play in Chelsea. You know, when he came, he was a little bit...
very hated.
Overhated, but
hated.
I don't think he performed as people were expecting of him. Okay, he came with Sarri from Napoli, from a super Napoli team. Everybody thought, okay, Jorginho is gonna come, he's gonna bang in so many goals, but he's not that kind of player.
Yeah, true, exactly.
He's a kind of player that organizes the gameplay from the back into the front.
Yeah.
Just he has that tempo, you know, and it's really important because sometimes it looks easy to have that tempo. But with the pressure, with a game that's on the late 80s and maybe the team needs to win, is winning by 1 goal and they need to win the match, it's really important to have that tempo and it's really hard to.
When Jorginho is in form, I totally agree with you. He does such a different gear to any team. The ball fluidity goes from one side to the other in a split second with Jorginho. And it's because of him. I agree. So for that reason, look, I think Chelsea, if they sell... I'm going to go bold. I'll say Jorginho, just for saying. But Kovacic now. Kovacic.
Oof, I think he's going to go.
This for me, if it was between Jorginho and Kovacic, man, Kovacic is 27. Jorginho's 30. I would go with Jorginho out because Kovacic for me,
but Jorginho
mad underrated.
For the last years, has been playing a more important role in Chelsea than Kovacic.
True, I agree. But when Kovacic gets
and
that
they're different
chance,
kind of players, you know. I think Jorginho is more of a unique kind of player than Kovacic. You know,
I agree.
I don't think you find a lot of players like Jorginho nowadays.
But that can be an advantage or a disadvantage because in a 4-3-3 system, all the same. Kovacic, you go with him. Jorginho, you'll have to change things up, and you have to put that double pivot for sure. So
he's a good ball conductor, Kovacic.
So Kovacic, go. But Kovacic, big up on him for me. One underrated player.
Yeah, for sure. And he didn't have the chance at Real Madrid.
Exactly. So wherever he goes next, after he was at Inter, right? Inter, Real, Chelsea. So wherever he goes next, let's hope Kovacic gets to that high level.
I could see him going to Bayern, for example.
Toliso's gonna go.
You know, and Bayern, as that, they just go and pick up players that are good but are not performing as expected.
True.
Or that they aren't given many chances.
True.
And they turn him into legends.
Very true.
Let's take a look at Arjen Robben, for example. He was not performing at Real Madrid.
Good point.
He went to Bayern. He was a legend, man.
And he was at Chelsea.
And you have other examples.
Good example.
You have Sané was injured at City.
It was good at City, though.
He was good, but he was injured. He was not
Guardiola
being given many chances. Yeah, I know, but he was not playing a lot, you know,
but
because
that's
of the
a good
injury.
Show. Kovacic to Bayern Munich.
I think he would adapt at Bayern.
I like that show. So Ben Chilwell, you think he's gonna?
No, he's gonna stay.
Mark Zalons, 31.
That's complicated because
I love how you started that one.
the last few years he hasn't been given many chances, you know.
Yeah.
But he's starting to play again and he's corresponding. I just love the set pieces he takes. Okay, I think it's his best quality are the set pieces, and I think it's crucial for a team to have a player that takes the set pieces like him.
It's true.
Because when a game is tight, you have to unlock a game through a set piece, you know, and he has that left foot that allows you to do that, and he's really important. I wouldn't let him go, but I think he might.
Because I think for him it's like, will I start ahead of
because
Chilwell?
Has the advantage right now.
So it's like, I understand that, and great.
But the thing is, maybe he conforms with being the sub. I don't know. There are players that don't mind.
No,
being the
31 years old.
Yeah,
that
maybe
can be the case.
he thinks, okay, it's my time to be on the bench. I'll stay on the bench. I'll help the team as I can. I'm here for the team.
Yeah. So Ruben Loftus-Cheek, he's been playing lately.
Loftus-Cheek scored a goal last Premier League for the cup. For the cup, the semis, the FA Cup, he scored.
He played really well that match.
I think he lately has been. He appeared like 2-3 years ago. Then
ACL.
he had he had his ACL torn. Now he's back, and he seems to be given a chance by Tuchel, and I think maybe he can take advantage of him next year.
I think I also agree with you. I think he's gonna stay, and that like with Ruben Loftus-Cheek, it's like he got that injury, and before that he was injured too, and there was hype about him. So this man has fought more with injuries than on the pitch. So let's hope that physically he's right, because
But you have cases like that. You have Kingsley Coman, for example,
True.
another player that was not performing brilliantly outside of Bayern, and then Bayern picked him up again and turned him into a beast. He was supposed to never play again.
Yeah, true.
And now
He's
a great player.
And
man.
he's at the right place. He's at the right place.
And he struggled a lot with injuries, just like Loftus-Cheek, okay? And now he's back, so let's hope for the same for Loftus-Cheek.
I know Loftus-Cheek has a ton of he's got a personal trainer. He's always on top of him daily. So if there's a player at Chelsea that's worried with his physique, it's Loftus-Cheek. And yeah, great shout on that. And Ross Barkley. There we go.
I don't know. I think he's gonna go because he's not been a part of Chelsea. I think I didn't even remember that he was still in the squad.
So that says it all.
At least as a loan, you know.
I
if they cannot get the right price tag for him,
I get you.
Maybe.
So, but he's that type of player that he goes to Aston Villa,
and he performs. Yeah,
you know. So
he did well at Everton.
True.
Really well.
True.
Man.
So people, tell us, where does Ross Barkley go, and if he goes, where to? So. Forward. Let's go with the big boy now. This is the biggest transfer at Chelsea. Romelu Lukaku. What is going to happen to this man? Is he gonna stay or go?
The thing is, will Chelsea be able to try and find a replacement? Because if the transfer ban stands, I don't think he's going to go. But if the transfer ban is gone, I think Lukaku is gone as well.
I think he's gone.
Because I think he wants to return to Inter.
Mm-hmm. Inter is a good shout.
He was happy at Inter. He was playing at the level of one of the best strikers in the world at Inter.
Yes, 100. With
he
Conte.
was a league top scorer with Cristiano Ronaldo there.
True.
He was playing amazingly at Inter, and I think Lukaku might well go back to Inter.
And that duo of it was Christian Eriksen behind Lautaro and Lukaku, and Conte had them playing in such a way.
And they were the first team to win Serie A for 8 years. The 7 years previous were Juventus.
Exactly.
They broke the Juventus dominance. Okay?
Which started with Conte.
With Conte. Yeah.
So Conte.
He destroyed the beast he created.
Exactly. So big up on Conte, and I think Lukaku is gonna go, and I think Serie A clubs, AC Milan with the takeover, Inter, great shout.
Yeah, AC Milan, why not? I mean, of course.
Because there was hate too of him leaving and saying he loves the fans.
And as we said in the last week, AC Milan might well be looking for a new striker.
Exactly. So I believe they can be in the race. I won't say because Vlahovic went to Juve, impossible. Tottenham.
And it will be really important for Chelsea because they can get a lot of cash from that transfer. And maybe if they sell him well, maybe they don't have to sell any other player.
I think they'd sell him for 60, 70. I think this is something, if it happens, we got it clipped and we know where. I think Harry Kane goes to wherever, leaves Tottenham. If he leaves, I think Lukaku gets Tottenham. Tottenham get Lukaku with Conte. Because it worked out well in the past. It's 60, 70, stays in the same city. I think I don't know.
Just imagine the front three. Kulusevski, Lukaku, and Son.
Ooh.
Dangerous front three.
And Edmund Broja is going to go to Chelsea now. And I think the striker is Kai Havertz. I think everyone accepts that.
You think he will adapt at a striker position?
Yeah, I think that's his best position right now, that false nine. He's Kai Havertz. I think he's that man. And I think Tuchel is fine with it. Because this is two with Tuchel.
And now we have to talk about the guy who's going to line up behind Kai Havertz.
Who is it?
Timo Werner.
Yes, Timo Werner.
As a second striker, right?
So
second striker position.
I think Timo Werner is gonna stay. He can go to the left. He's comfortable in any of those wings at the striker. I like Timo Werner. I think at the start it was confidence, a big lack of confidence, and being judged by the whole of England. If you're not used to that, oh my days, he came from RB Leipzig, but he worked out well.
Timo Werner is not just synonym of goals, okay? He means assists as well. And he's been assisting. When he was criticized, he was assisting. Okay, he was not scoring the goals.
True.
But he was still assisting. He
He
was
was
still contributing, okay? He's a team player. He's not a prolific finisher, but he's a very good team player. He plays for the team. He sacrifices. He runs a lot if
Agreed.
needed. He tires the defenses. So, yeah, I think he's going to stay for sure. And, of course, he has that German coach connection. So, yeah, I don't see him leaving.
Yeah, I agree with you. Timo Werner to stay. And let's go. Hakim Ziyech, 29 years old. I think he should go.
Where to?
Maybe Juve. That role that I said for Neymar to replace
I
Dybala.
could see
Maybe
him there, yeah.
Ziyech can go to that role and be with Vlahovic in front of him. Imagine Ziyech.
It's a shame that he won't play for Morocco anymore.
True. Do you think he'll stay though?
Chelsea, not sure, but I think that in need for cash, maybe he's one of the first players to go as well.
I agree with you. So put down below, people, what you think is gonna happen with Ziyech now. Pulisic, Captain America, the LeBron James of soccer.
He's gonna stay. And for me, Pulisic, he's very underrated. Okay, I think he has everything a star player needs to have. Okay, and he's still very young. Don't forget Pulisic. When he came up, he was like 18, 19 when he started playing.
True.
When he started playing at a high level.
True.
Okay, so 5 or 4 years have passed, and he's still young. He still has a lot of potential. He scored important goals, Champions League goals. He was the first American to score in the Champions League semi-final last year.
Could be. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely.
I think he was the first American to score in Breton would be proud of me right now.
Definitely.
And I think he's been doing wonders for American football, you know.
Yeah.
Just to catch the attention of the American viewer, you know. Just to now they are more attentive than ever to Champions League football, maybe.
US
and
soccer.
maybe now they're eager to see what they can do at the World Cup.
Very true, and I think like players like Gio, Tyler Adams, seeing like a guy like
It's a good
Pulisic,
generation for the US.
It inspired, and we all know, we say it, 2026, US wants to have a big boy team because the World Cup is going to be hosted in the US.
Bro, how bad do we need to go there?
We do need to. So
all of the three, Mexico, Canada, and the US, will be an amazing World Cup.
That is, oh my days, it's going to be so good. So people, tell us, is Captain, he's going to stay. But yeah, number 10 too, like, oh my days. So, going next here, Callum Hudson-Odoi. The last one too, Callum Hudson-Odoi.
He was hinted to go to Bayern like a lot of times now.
As he should have. I'm just going to say that. He should have gone to Bayern.
Why not next year? Why not? You think Tuchel will want to use him next year?
I think it's not even like Tuchel. I do think, you know, it's Tuchel and Chelsea realize that he's so good, and if Bayern get him, like, he's gonna be absolutely like Jadon Sancho levels.
Maybe now they're thinking, okay, maybe if Bayern wants this guy so bad, we have a gem here. Okay.
Exactly, and I do think that was what happened, and I think they know too. Callum Hudson-Odoi is a baller, and I think he had a bad start. I remember it was at Sarri. There was a lot of chit-chat. Oh, you should play more Callum Hudson-Odoi, this, that, and the other thing. So I would have loved. I said it. I expressed it. The Bayern move. And yeah, if he's not playing on a weekly basis, I think he should go. 21. That is the age, the defying age. And if players of the same generation, Phil Foden, where is he now? Balling at Man City. Jadon Sancho, where is he now? One of the key man for the future of Man United. Callum Hudson-Odoi in that same generation wants to be in that discussion. So yeah, I think a move for him would be the best. So yeah. So people, tell us down below all the stays and goes that you think is going to happen and Chelsea. And please do not forget to like this video and subscribe to FC Wonderkid on YouTube, people.
Go bold, guys.